Like and subscribe. No joke, no scam. Master Chief will come to your house and steal everything you own. I just got off the phone with him, and that's what's going to happen. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. All right, let's get right into it. If you don't know who MrBeast is, you've been living on a rock for the past 7 years. Or, honestly, you've probably been outside and actually doing stuff. But anyways, MrBeast is not a stranger to controversy. I know he's got the whole, like, Chris Tyson thing going on a couple years ago, and that was a big deal. But it kind of just got swept under the rug. No one really talks about it anymore. I think that's just how things go when you're that popular. Like, you know, you just kind of move on. MrBeast is treating YouTube like a business, which, you know, more power to him. You know, I get it, man. I get it. You're making a lot of money. Like, obviously, it's an investment of your time, dude. And that really pissed people off this time was this AI thumbnail mechanic on view stats. It allows you to kind of type in a prompt and, like, an AI thumbnail will appear. But then even further, that made people really, really pissed was the whole thing that you could put your face onto it, and it copies from other creators. So other people have been making thumbnails for years, obviously, and you're just able to basically prompt it so you can take their thumbnail and just put your face on it, which is just totally unacceptable. That's, like, kind of fucked up. And not to mention, in the promotional video for this new mechanic, he literally told people that, like, no need to go to school for this, no need to be good, all these buttons, whatever, you can just do it with AI. Editor's note here, as I'm trying to find this clip to put in my video, I can't find it anywhere, so I think he removed it and got, like, Google to wipe it or something like that. But anyways, this just goes to prove my point that he's kind of scummy. Anyways, back to the video. Which just gives it another issue, which is, like, AI is just basically dumbing down everything on YouTube. And I think it's going in a bad direction. I think worlds are colliding right here. You know, you have the people who just want to make money, so they don't care. They don't care about what they're putting out. They just want to make money. And then you also got, you know, AI, which makes everything way easier. In a perfect world, both of these would not coexist, but the problem is that they coexist, and now they're clashing. And MrBeast is taking advantage of that with view stats. He's basically turning YouTube into, like, a free money, like, thing for people, which is super scary. I think in the next couple years, YouTube is just going to be slop. There's so many channels that are just putting out just mindless bullshit, and people are just watching it. Just kids are watching it. They're just sitting down, just, like, you know, mindlessly watching this stuff. My kids damn well will not have access to YouTube as, like, a kid. Especially, they better be watching some good fucking YouTubers. Markiplier, fucking Jacksepticeye. None of this bullshit Cocomelon. Like, we cannot be on that. It's also just frustrating for a small creator like me who just wants to put their stuff out there, maybe get a couple dollars in ad revenue, not really caring about that stuff. But it's hard for me to actually gain traction when I'm competing with just slopped. And, you know, honestly, that's fine. You know, I have to grind my way to get up there. It's okay. That's fine. I'll deal with that. But I don't like how he's evening the playing field either. He's always, like, advertising, like, oh, you know, you could have 300 employees and you could have no employees and still compete on the same level. That's just not how the world works, buddy. Having 300 employees is good. It helps the economy. You have 300 people working. They have jobs. But if you're just able to reduce that to one website, which is a subscription for $80 a month or whatever, like, that is terrible, dude. You're getting rid of all these people who have degrees and who really enjoy this stuff, and you're just throwing them to the curb. That is so fucked up just because of some AI thing. I really think MrBeast is having his Anakin arc here. You know, he used to be the poster child for YouTube, but I think slowly people are turning against him, and he's about to fucking initiate Order 66, and we're about to get wiped out, man. And don't get me wrong, like, his shit is kind of catchy. Like, sometimes I'll be watching some MrBeast videos. Like, even his latest video is kind of good. But at the same time, dude, he's just treating YouTube very in, like, the wrong way. Like, I feel like the fame has kind of got to him. I think he's always says, oh, I love YouTube more than anybody knows, like, all that stuff. And you know, partly I think that's true because he's basically made all his money from it, and, you know, whatever stems from it, he has profited on. But at the same time, oh, I should not be doing that. That just, like, screwed up the whole audio. Oh my gosh. Whatever, I'm keeping it in because I was going on a tangent. I was spitting. The best way I can describe it, kind of how I view it, is that he's like an NPC YouTuber, dude. He has the most generic stuff. He doesn't want to get into any controversy. He doesn't want to talk about things that actually matter because they could impact his views. He treats us like a fucking business. He treats us like Microsoft. And you know what Microsoft has done? They've killed all their games. They've killed Halo, which is the main one. This is, like, the main one I'm going to talk about. They killed Halo. They absolutely wiped it off, dude. And they've basically kind of killed the Xbox. No one fucking wants to buy Xbox. Everyone's moving to Steam. Everyone's moving to PCs just because it's a better platform and it gives you way more capabilities. He just sold his soul to the YouTube gods. That's all he did. I think similarly, how this is going to be handled is just like the Chris Tyson situation. I think it's going to be swept up on the rug. I think low-key YouTube is probably working for him in a way just because he brings so much views and so much attention to YouTube. I guarantee this will just be swept under the rug and he will move on from it. I think that's how it's going to work. I think in the next couple weeks, we're just not going to talk about it like nothing happened. And there's nothing really I can do about that either. There's just too many people to control. There's too many people with their own opinions. People are forgetful. Everyone else got their own thing going on. So it's not reasonable for everyone to care that much about it and like just stop watching his videos. Even if I started like a pension, or even bigger YouTubers started a pension not to watch his videos, it just wouldn't work. He's just too big to fail at this point, which is kind of the unfortunate truth. I mean, he has 403 million subscribers, which is like crazy. It's about like 500 million. Like, that's just wild to me. That's just insane to me that many people will watch his videos or subscribe to one singular guy. And he's got all sorts of channels. He basically copy and pastes his videos and then makes them in different language. So he's just literally just conquering the world, which, man, you know, good for him. But at the same time, dude, you're just making YouTube way too corporate. You're making all these like gurus who are just like, you know, this is how you succeed on YouTube, and this is how you do this, and this is how, look, I own 5 faceless YouTube channels that all just produce like fucking AI slop from ChatGPT, and they just make tons of money. And you're just killing out all the actual creative people who just can't get traction just because they, you know, can't afford, they either do it as like a hobby, you know, they're not totally invested into it, but they still enjoy it. And so they're just not able to spend hours upon hours writing out scripts and all that stuff, which then also just makes them rely on on ChatGPT and other AI things, and, you know, things like view stats, which you have to pay money for. But look, it helps you make your thumbnails. You don't have to make them yourself. You don't have to learn that art. You know, it helps you reach more people. It's just like this whole, it's a bullshit cycle. It's a bullshit cycle, and it just keeps going and going and going. I don't know. Anyways, guys, those are kind of my thoughts on the whole MrBeast situation. I know this was kind of very unstructured. I probably recovered a bunch of points multiple times, but I was just trying out something new. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a blessed day, and subscribe to me instead of MrBeast, dude. Better subscription. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.